Welcome back to another edition of the Forts Athletics Life and Coaching Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Charles Inferno. We're at Forts Athletics. We equip coaches and athletes with the tools they seek out in order to achieve their unique and specific goals. Recording on our way to school today. See here, we got Wednesday, November 9th. I just wanted to piggyback off the conversation from yesterday about being honest with yourself and how we hold ourselves accountable to our goals and our actions and things. And it was an interesting day at school yesterday, and it really got me thinking about how, as athletes, as coaches, just individuals, not even more about coaches and athletes, but just about life, how we hold ourselves accountable to what we want to do and what we want to accomplish. And we had some situations at school yesterday that really got me thinking about tolerance, and not so much tolerance of individuals and being understanding and kind and just being a good person, but more about our own individual tolerance and what we as individuals are willing to endure in order to achieve whatever it is we want to achieve. And I say that because there aren't a lot of opportunities afforded to us. I mean, every day there's an opportunity. Every decision that we make is going to lead us closer or farther away to what we want to ultimately do with our lives, right? And I've shared here that I kid sometimes, and I don't know what I want to be. When I grow up, I'm going to turn 41 in a few months. But I think really what it really boils down to is, what are we willing to endure to get where we want, right? And I don't think, this is just my own personal opinion here, that when we share what we want to do, I feel as though there's parts of individuals, there's a part of them that doesn't really move forward 100%. They're not all in. And I think they do that for a couple of reasons. One, to kind of save, leave an excuse or leave an out for themselves of when something doesn't go the right way or they don't accomplish their goal, that, I didn't try as hard for it, or life happened, right? When I think of that, and conversations I have with my athletes and even post-collegiate athletes, it just, what are you doing? Why would you not go all in 100% all the time? What? I understand that there's fear, and I understand that there's frustration, and I understand that, things happen. But I think back to one of my athletes at NAS. They wanted to be a national champion. And one became one, and another athlete wanted to follow in his footsteps. And that season, everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. And I feel that sometimes as individuals we use not life, but just, you got to go for it. And I see every day with the little people that I work with, right? they don't understand that yet. They don't understand the rejection or the failure. They're 4 and 5 years old, and they keep moving forward, and they try, and they're learning their letters and their shapes and counting and all these things. And they haven't quite developed whatever it is as adults, or maybe in older elementary or middle school or whatever, that part of our conscience that's I'm really afraid to go all in, because if I fail, then what? Then you fail. No big deal. No one No one's gonna, hold your feet to the fire, if you will. Like, it just, I don't know. It's just a combination of things that I was thinking about last night, early this morning. But I just see it far too often that, for whatever reason, there's a fear or a lack of tolerance. A tolerance of, it's gonna hurt. Am I willing to endure what I need to get through to accomplish my goals? Now that's just life. And I just see it far too often. I think that we have individuals and people in my life that I don't know. It's a little concerning that we're not willing to go all in with what we want, right? Like 18 to 23, that's like the perfect opportunity. That's the perfect time, right? Like if you don't throw far, I tell my kids, who cares, right? It's nice to put on a resume, maybe, like I won a conference championship. I mean, if you're applying at a school with, and I'm interviewing you, yeah, we'll have a conversation about it. That's not going to make or break your interview on whether you threw well or not, or you were a great athlete, or you were whatever, right? So, I don't know. I guess I'm not really sure what the moral of this one is, but I guess more just thoughts and just thinking about life and how we, just should go. Try 100% all the time, and if we can't give 100% of 100%, try and give a little bit of whatever it is to help us to keep moving forward. Thank you very much for listening to this episode of the Force Athletics Life and Coaching Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Charles Inferna. Have a great day.